Hi everyone, it's me, Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. For today's project, I'm winging it a little bit. I wasn't sure at all what to draw. I think one of the disadvantages of doing Inktober is that I became so reliant on having a prompt, a word prompt as a starting point. And then doing the unboxing videos, you at least have a starting point with the supplies. This is the first thing in a minute where I haven't been restricted by art supplies or by word prompts. And I honestly had no idea what to do. So I just decided to start doodling something, which is what you see on the left there on the white paper. It's some kind of creepy fish man, mermaid thing, might be a vampire, not sure. We're just gonna call him a Merpire. That's what we're doing. And honestly, sometimes just doodling or sketching something out can be a good starting point. In some ways it was nice to just like go and be like, yeah, let's just draw something kind of ugly and creepy. Let's just play around with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a slightly more refined version on some Strathmore mixed media paper. It is in the color blue and is 9x12, so it is a little bit larger than the projects I've been doing lately too. I've been normally doing 4x6, so that'll be fun as well. And I apologize because it is a bigger piece. There are going to be a lot of shots of my head and my face. You might be able to see me thinking of the process as I'm going. You're definitely going to see that I really need to dye my hair again. Good job. I'm just sitting here with my hair pulled back, a Grumpy Cat t-shirt, some paint-covered sweatpants, full-on Swamp Winch transformation right now, and you guys get to see part of that. You're welcome. For the drawing itself, I am starting with a Prismacolor ebony pencil. These are my favorite pencils. I haven't gotten to use one in so long. So I'm using that to get the basic sketch in, and then some of the harsher outlines. For this one, it's definitely going to be a mixed media piece. I started pulling in some marker, some colored pencil, graphite pencil, a little bit of acrylic marker as well. Just full on playing around with everything. This piece is going to be more than a one-part video, unfortunately, because I am using colored pencil and graphite pencil again. Because of the amount of pressure I apply, especially when I pull in the white colored pencil later, I cannot do it for as long as I used to be able to because I am getting older now. And I also cannot find my little hand brace to help keep it from swelling and keep the pain from happening. It doesn't happen when I paint or when I use a lot of other media. It's typically just when I use colored pencil. And I think it's because of the amount of pressure I need to apply when I am burnishing. So, yeah, there's that. You also get to see my super sweet headphones as well. I'm using my old iPod I've had since like high school and listening to a couple of different Silent Hill soundtracks from 2 to 4, I believe. Yep. You're welcome. Now we're zoomed in so you can see what's going on a little bit better, because I realized as pulled out as we were, especially when I started putting in these smaller lines and some of the shading, you weren't going to see what the heck was happening, so we'll pull it on in so you can see a little better. Most of my main outline is in at this point, and I am going to start pulling in some of the whites using a Faber-Castell Pitt pen in white. And later I do start pulling in a Caran d'Ache colored pencil, one of the luminance ones in white as well. I really like those colored pencils for applying white, especially in colored pencil drawings, because it appears to be more opaque than a lot of other brands I have tried. I'll also be pulling in some markers. I am pulling in a Marabu Aqua Pen Graphics dual tipped one. I end up switching this out for a random other dual tipped one I have no idea what brand that is because all the writing's in Japanese. I'm pretty sure it came in an unboxing a while ago. Have no idea what kind it is, I just know I like it. I also occasionally pull in a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in warm gray, and this one is a small brush nib one. For the most part, the shading is going to be that ebony pencil, the white colored pencil, and the white Faber-Castell marker, and some of the black markers pulled in to help with certain areas. I'm going to go very line heavy with this one. I wanted it to be creepy, kind of scary, almost like a hellspawn demon-y kind of thing, but also a little bit aquatic looking. I'm going to be doing a lot of lines that follow the shape of the forms I already have. I really enjoy the look that that gives. For some reason, to me, it gives an organic, almost sinewy appearance, even though it's obviously not anatomically correct. It just feels like something that's made of flesh, at least to me. Decided to do some fin-like things on the top of its head, or spikes, whatever. It kind of resembles a mohawk for his ear. I wanted to also do a little bit of a spiral shell thing into a fin or batwing looking ear. I don't know. He reminds me of Despero, but the version that was in like the mid-90s Supergirl comics. The one where she was like Linda Danvers and they fought demons? It was an interesting run. The 90s was an interesting time in comics, that's for sure. I liked that comic. Well, at least then. I don't know how I'd feel about it as a grown-up. The more I think about it, the more I realize how much it makes sense that I draw what I draw. I remember also being a child and trying to draw my own villains for Big Bad Beetleborgs. And when I was a little bit older, my grandma was like, "I'm so happy you stopped drawing those. I was worried about you for a while." Thank goodness I outgrew that phase, right? Yeah, so now that I've shared things about my childhood and we all understand why I draw creepy things now, let's continue talking about the drawing. I've gotten a lot of basic shading in there, and I am pulling in more of the white colored pencil and going back and forth between that, some of the markers, and the ebony pencil. So you can see it's kind of a slow process, a lot of building, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this one. He looks so happy. And for this drawing, I am explicitly not trying to jump around the whole drawing as much as I normally do. I am trying to work on smaller sections at a time, mostly because of the way I'm filming it. I will probably fail on that at some point because I am so used to being able to just jump back and forth a cajillion times and compare everything to each other and play around with it and figure out how I feel about it at that point in time. I do really like the toned paper for this because it is saving me some extra pain in my hand. Saved me some extra work by having that mid-tone already, and I can use that as my base level to figure out what I want to do with shading. And here I'm doing like a really, really rough sketch of some like fists. His hands are all up in fists because that's barely how I wanted to draw them. I will probably change that later a little bit because those hands are kind of awful. By kind of, I mean like really awful. I do find it funny how I started this project not knowing at all what I wanted to do, and I just played around with a sketch while watching some YouTube videos, and that just came out and it led me into a direction. Like, once I had that sketch, I was like, hey, I like this idea, let's play around with that more, and now I'm going into a full-on thing with shading and lines and all that stuff. I know sometimes when I have art block, at least, forcing myself to just play and do something with no expectations placed on it, like just doing a quick, stupid sketch or just doodling, it helps me move forward with doing a project. And sometimes, even if it's past art block, sometimes if I'm feeling really depressed or I'm in a really bad mood, being able to force myself to do something and creating something and putting all those bad feelings into a piece, it's like an exorcism of those emotions for me. And I know that will not work for everyone. I'm only speaking for myself. It helps me deal with stuff in my life and with my own feelings and my own personal issues and struggles. So yeah, my stupid sketch that started as just a bullshit way to just keep going and doing something, because it's like I need to do something today. It turned into a full-on project that's not finished, and I will have more busy time with that project. And I'm really enjoying it because his face cracks me up. And I'm making something I want to create. And that can... I shouldn't say can. That's always a good feeling. Making something just because I want to. And then sharing that with you guys. Part 1 of this drawing is pretty much done. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about nothing, basically. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, or concerns, or you want to tell me what creating does for you, does it help you with some kind of emotions, or does it just make you happy? Let me know in that comment section down below. If you want to see the rest of this project, please subscribe. Bye, everybody!